My name is Zeeshan Mallick and welcome back to The Success. Today we have someone on the show who I've been really looking forward to speaking to for a while. We've been chatting over the last year about his business and how to scale and grow and all that sort of exciting stuff that we always talk about. Siddharth Nigam, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure. Tell us, who are you and why are you here?
Cool. Well, like you said, I'm Siddharth Nigam. I work for a company called ExpenseOnDemand, and essentially, what is our company? We're essentially a software company that specializes in providing expense management solutions for businesses. Our vision is basically to provide a leap in value to SMEs across the globe through enterprise class functionality, but really at affordable prices. We've kind of started from 2003, and then we function across the globe, and we have offices in the UK, India, Singapore, and also Australia as well. So I actually look after our customer success team, but also our product strategy. So I work very closely with our customers, really looking very closely at customer acquisition, but then I also just get involved in, like with managing a business, you get involved in like different areas as well. So I've been doing that for the past year now. It feels like a lot longer, nice. But it's been the last year, and really genuinely really enjoying it. I'm having a good time. It's challenging, but it's great fun.
Nice. I mean, that's really positive. It's like a lot of time we speak to people and they're like, it's just really difficult and I want to go on holiday. I'm waiting for Friday.
I'm trying not to say that, because it's been a roller coaster, but kind of like the best roller coaster possible, at least in my career. No regrets at all, but the early stages were tough because, the transition from the roles that I was doing before, when I was at Meta just previously, that transition from what I was doing there, and also when I say the level, what I was basically managing there, to what you're then having to do in a business like this, where things are changing all the time, and things are put into kind of like pretty boxes, which you would kind of expect in a place like Meta. So you're kind of building things, you're having to, trial and error things all the time and bang your head against the wall as well. But you get there eventually. So perseverance pays off, is what I'd say.
Yeah, it's the startup life, I always say. It's fun. You're a man of many talents and many hats all at the same time, isn't it?
Oh, well, if you say so, thank you very much. I humbly accept that.
Take it. Nice. So you said you look after customer success within your organization. What does that mean?
So essentially what that is when we think about the whole sort of customer journey, we demo the platform to a customer, and then the customer starts paying for the platform. They start using the platform. Customers come to us in sort of two forms. One is through a support issue, which is very rare because we test on a platform on a daily basis, so we know of issues before customers know of them. But I would say the main way in which customers come to our team is where they want to basically understand how they can use the platform in a more optimized way. Right. And so that's where they would come to our customer success team. So we have a team of very technical people who can recommend functions, features to our customers, but also walk through customers onto how they can use that feature. We have a plethora of customers. We have young customers, but we also have older customers who are not very tech savvy, but they are finance managers. They are the main users of the platform. Right. So that's why our customer success team is really valuable and works really, really well within our space of business.
It sounds like a pretty critical function within the organization. So for you, is this something that you always dreamed about doing? Is this like your dream goal, that you want to get into this sort of role, working with people within tech, building something? Is this like something that you've always really dreamed about doing?
It's a really good question, and I think it's more kind of like you're alluding to, why do I do this and why? I think in terms of the preferred work that I've always kind of wanted to do, I've had a genuine passion for building things. During my tenure at Microsoft, as an example, I constructed optimization processes to basically assist customers in adopting our products more effectively. At Cisco, I developed an onboarding infrastructure, helping customers to adopt some of our Cisco products as well. And then at Meta, most recently, like I just alluded to it earlier on, I basically played a really key role in establishing their first partner support infrastructure.
Wow.
So
Nice.
Building that from the ground up was really interesting, and it was kind of like the biggest thing that I'd done in my career at that time, and at that scale. But I think what Expense on Demand has done, one is it's kind of taken that skill set to a completely different level, because here what I'm doing is getting involved in so much more people, product, customer acquisition, investors, business plan, how to get more money into the business. It's just on a totally different level. But at the same time, what I'm doing is still aligning everything to my passion of building, because every single day I'm having to build something new, whether it be a process, whether it be a function, whether it be discussing something with a customer, whether it be taking feedback. So yeah, I would say that it wasn't on the books to do this, but I'm so glad it's happened at this point in my career, because I'm really at a stage where I can kind of take my previous experience and really put it to a fore to benefit the business, but also just kind of challenge myself as well, because I'm also still doing very, very new things. So I'm evolving and changing as well, and learning, which I'm doing every day.
Very nice. I mean, that sounds impressive. You've had a pretty impressive career. You've had some big names in there: Cisco, Meta, Microsoft. And you're now back in, you're in the startup life, you're building something amazing for people, and your job is to get success. I mean, it sounds like a fantastic position to be in. It's great. So
thank you.
For everyone who's sort of listening, who is just about to begin their careers, they're in university, they're thinking, what do I do? Where do I go? If you were talking to yourself back when you were just turning 20, what advice would you give to yourself? To sort of, looking at today's economy, where things are, and the tech that we have all around us, and the way and the trends that you're aware of. Obviously, you've got your finger on the pulse in terms of what's happening in the world. So, what advice would you give to your younger to be someone like you?
I think it's a really good question. I think it's a really hard question as well to answer. So hopefully, the answer I give you, it does do a bit of justice, but I can completely appreciate that there's various ways of answering it. But I would say for those people like contemplating their careers, especially at 20, and I remember my own 20-year-old self, I would say my advice is not to prioritize chasing monetary gains too early. I would also say avoid pursuing job titles that conform to societal expectations. What I mean by that is, if somebody's saying for you to become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, and that is not what gives you or what does not drive you, don't go down that road. I'd say instead, center your career on your passions and what truly motivates you. Like really spend time and identify what brings you out of bed each morning. What is it that drives you? Dedicate that time to establish a really robust foundation for yourself, and really strive to understand your own identity as much as possible, because everything, and I would say, trust me on this, I'm 38 now, I've done this myself at 20, everything does fall into place. You may not think it is falling into place, but it does, because if you focus on what drives you, focus on what your passions are, what you love doing, you wake up in the morning with that passion, you open your laptop or you open that book, and you're just driven to sort of proceed and work at it, everything else will come. Money will come, the title will come, all of that we think is important at the age of 20 will all come, but in due time.
Nice, very nice. So I'm trying to think back to when I was 20. I was an idiot. I was playing video games.
I was too. I think we all were to some extent. We kind of think we know everything. I think
knew everything. No one could tell me otherwise. I literally knew everything at that point.
I was kind of in between. I was like, yes, I felt like I knew things, but I was still a sponge. And I think that's probably another thing I would say is just be a sponge. Like, don't feel like you know everything, because you can't know everything at 20. We've all got, an ego, and that ego does come in the way, but be a sponge, listen to people, be careful who you take advice from as well, because people love to give advice, but is their advice the right advice? Work that out. But I think if you get to know yourself, you really spend time to understand what makes you tick, what drives you, you're always going to make the right decisions, because you're listening to yourself, and that's really, really important.
Nothing like a good bit of unsolicited advice, guys.
Yeah,
Just
as
like
I
this
said,
YouTube.
there's various ways of answering this question. What I'm saying might not be right, but it's what I did for myself. But as I said, there's various interpretations. So please don't take this as the answer, but maybe it might help in somebody's journey of self.
Hey, guys, if you want to work at Microsoft and Meta and at Cisco, listen to what he's saying. It sounds like good advice.
If you want to. I feel like nowadays, with the way the economy is going and the direction these companies are going in, there's so many companies out there. You don't have to go to a big company. But the AI space right now, with what big tech are doing, that's really interesting. So I would say, I think now it's big companies are kind of what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of moving fast, forwards. So yeah, small, big, whatever. It's all interesting.
Amazing, cool. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you, should they tweet you? Should they go on, find you on Instagram, on your TikTok, on LinkedIn? How should they find you?
I have a lot of, I'm posting a lot on LinkedIn. So Siddharth Nigam, please find me on LinkedIn.
I will add that to
message me
down below.
Yeah, message me. I'm more than happy to help in any way or form if I can. So yeah, that's the best way. That's the best place for me.
Fantastic. So look, really, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. It's been fantastic speaking to you. If there's anything else we can ever do anything for you, all of us, just let us know, and obviously we're all here to support you guys. Siddharth is a fantastic guy. He's really knowledgeable, as you've just found. Connect with him on LinkedIn, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Thanks, Siddharth.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.